Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Human SOS Show. Today, we are fortunate to have a special guest with us. I'll introduce in just a moment. We're going to be talking about supportive leadership and looking forward to that time. And so, want to introduce to you our special guest, Michael Tanner. Michael and I connected a little while back. We met offline or off LinkedIn, should I say, and we're practically neighbors. And Michael's doing some good things in the leadership space. And so look forward to hearing from him today. And so, Anton, I'm going to kick it over to you to introduce the current event article so that we can kick that around first and then move from there.
Absolutely. Thanks for being with us, Michael. Thanks for the intro, Kevin. I'm excited for this personally because, Michael's a Marine himself and, that's my background. And both me and Kevin are military. And I
Right.
think military gets leadership. I don't think it's perfect, but I think that, there's a lot of positive things to take away from it. So I'm really looking forward to the show. But I came across this article and I think that really the point here is not necessarily the article itself, but I like the title. I really enjoy what they said. And instead of hybrid or remote work, let's call it strategic flexibility, right? And I think that's a broad term and we can take it in many directions. But, I'll start off. To me, it doesn't just mean strategic flexibility for the benefit of employee, right? It's strategic flexibility for the benefit of the company as well, because that's when things stick the best. When both parties benefit and there is some mutual gain to be had, that's when companies and employees and everybody's much more likely to keep this thing going that we've created over the pandemic, because everybody agrees that things were never going to be the same when it comes down to the workforce. I started a job on Monday for the city, right? For the city that I live on as a change manager. And I don't have office space. It's the weirdest thing. Like I came in and they're like, oh, just find one of the open cubicles and do your thing from there. I'm like, wait, like I don't get a desk. I don't get nothing. And it's because I'll be working a lot from home. And then when I need to be there, I'll be there. And I look at it and they're talking to me about this building that they have and they haven't used it since March. And they can't figure out what to do with this massive building. And you know how government is, like they're like, hey, we invested a bunch of money into this. We got to figure out what to do. And they can't. So we're thinking about being creative with it. But what are your guys' thoughts on just that word, strategic flexibility?
Go for it, Michael.
Yeah, so I have a really personal story related to this. I read this article and first of all, I love the phrase strategic flexibility versus remote work or some type of hybrid environment. But our first child, my first daughter, was premature. She was 2 months premature, and when she was born, we were told by the pediatrician that she can't do the daycare scene and things like that until she's at least 2 years old. And so my wife and I were really scrambling on, well, how do we take care of our child and still work? My wife had to be on site. I was a computer science software developer, and so I had some flexibility, but we needed to make some arrangements such that I could work at home. And so I went to my employer and said, hey, here's the situation. I need to work 2 days a week, Thursday and Friday, because we were able to accommodate all the other days with my parents and my wife's parents. And my employer gave me the flexibility for two years to work on Thursday and Friday at home so that I could, babysit our daughter while I was working and keep her out of daycare for that 2 years that we needed to do so. That was huge for me. And it created an incredible sense of loyalty to my team, to the employer, to the business that I was working for, because I recognized that they were being really, really flexible. They cared enough about me and my family to make those accommodations for me. And then the other team members that I worked so closely with on a daily basis, we had to communicate with one another differently. We had to pick up the phone and call one another versus swing by their desk. And so my team was also very cooperative with me. And for me, it just made a huge difference, just recognizing that they cared enough to be flexible that way. And I should point out, this was 21 years ago, back before there was any kind of pandemic, and really back before even the idea of working remotely was at all popular.
Very good. I apologize. We're having some technical difficulty. I'm trying to figure it out in the background, but we'll deal with it as it
No worries.
comes along, because apparently we're not broadcasting on LinkedIn right this moment. And so we'll see if it catches up. But I do want to welcome Karen Markle, a great connection of mine on LinkedIn, a good friend. And then also Sharon Bingert, who is one of our regulars. And glad to have both of them, and look forward to hearing their thoughts and comments. And
Where are they joining from, Kev?
let's see. Sharon is always coming in from New Jersey.
No. I mean, like, how are they seeing the show?
It says LinkedIn. Are you seeing it on your side, Anton?
I see a comment from Karen.
Yeah.
And it suggests she's from LinkedIn. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not seeing the show on your profile, though.
Well, I'm having the same problem. So I don't know if that means we lost them or what's going on with it. And so we'll just
maybe we had it for a minute there and lost it.
You want to restart it real quick?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I'm gonna try one more thing. Let's see. It says that I can remove it and then restart it. And when I go to do that, oh, I see what I got to do.
Because it says waiting for broadcast on the show, on the event side.
Okay. It looks like I removed it. And let me try editing. I tell you what, let's log out in the broadcast and restart. Give me just a second. Let's see what we need to do.
Do you need to redo the link?
Don't know if I will or not. If I do, I'll get it to both of you as quickly as possible.
Okay. Let's just do that real quick.